you want to be able to dictate how the map is being played, but Thieves are just bunkered up, set up perfectly, watching their lines of sight, and they just keep catching P7 Notorious like we keep talking about, individually one by one. They're not getting that same cohesive nature break attempts that we have seen in Challengers.
Yeah, because what they do in Challengers is be the aggressors at all times. Sometimes it's going to be difficult to do it versus the likes of Hydra and BZ, and also Scrap, who led the lobby in 4K damage. So P7 just weren't prepared for the pacing, and especially the gun skill that was in the possession of the LA Thieves players, man, because Eric Boom, this is a guy who we talk a lot all throughout the Elite. He's always going to be in a position to make the best play possible. But when you're not winning those key gunfights in those positions, then that's when the game can start to get a little hectic. Thieves take care of business in map 1.
And a lot of those gunfights weren't even really gunfights. It was Scrap and it was Neum who were finding Eric before he could even make a play. So when you don't have the ability for P7 to open up long routes or to find some sort of a vanguard to cut through the setups, it makes life difficult, because now all of a sudden it's Snoopy with your other AR saying, oh, we just have to bang this from the front.
Yeah.
You don't love to do that either against a Hydra and a BZ who have that extra layer. It compounds on itself. It just really does.
I'm telling you, it's just always one little mistake that now has a chain reaction to the rest of the hard points throughout the rest of the game. So Thieves comfortably take care of that opening den HP, 250 to 157. And now going into a raid search and destroy after you're up 1-0. This is the only map that they won versus G2. You're feeling confident as ever if you're LA.
6-0 on it. It wasn't just a win, it was a blowout. It was a blowout. And for P7 Notorious, like, we hate to sit here and say, okay, you came off of a map 1, which, again, LA, happy to see that in the pool. But going into a map 2 search, where I won't say P7 has been weaker in search compared to their respawn, because they've been good everywhere. But like it feels like a must win right now all of a sudden, because going into a Scar overload doesn't feel great against an LA team, but you need to get to the Colossus hardpoint to change the momentum around.
100%.
And it just feels like it has to start immediately in the raid search.
Yeah, you desperately are going to need this map, and this is going to be scary if you are P7, because this is a map that they actually played in the Elite Grand Finals versus the Huntsman. And both the Search and Destroys they played in that Elite Grand Finals, they got ran over.
Big time.
I understand what they love to do. You know, Beans' impact with the sniper will be felt. Eric Boom and Snoopy, especially on raid, always like to take mid-map away. But on the opposite side versus LA, they did the same exact game plan versus G2, and they just 6-0'd that professional team not too long ago. So even though this is a very comfortable map for P7, I know Thieves are very happy to see this one.
Maybe the only thing that you could really say is an X factor right now for P7 is that I saw the Shrek Crocs are out for Ben.
Oh, he's turned.
So he's busted those bad boys back out. Here we go. Big break off right into the middle of the map. BZ actually cuts through pillars on this route, so has the ability to threaten Kitchen. And P7 are more worried about Kitchen than they are the A-bomb.
Yeah, there's no trophies, there's nothing, and we just give up the entirety of the map in the first 10 seconds. Now having to retake it all starts by taking mid-map away, and a BZ, Mr. King of First Blood, strikes first.
Just showing a little bit of force as Hydra pulls the attention away from a BZ. And now it's up to Neum kind of holding over towards mid-cross. Hydra's right there with them, and P7 are stuck on just Beans in a 1v3. Now down to the 1v2, but he's got to reset all the way through water steps, and there's just not enough time for this play.
No time at all. Let's just find a potentially improve our S&D KD here. This is a very quick and easy round here from LA.
Oh.
In the first 10 seconds, they take all the map control away. They were probably expecting the aggression play out of Eric Boom and Snoopy through the middle of the map, but they don't show face anywhere, and they don't waste any time on their objective play. You get the bomb down with mid control to GG. Round 1 to LA.
This felt a little weird right there. I mean, BZ literally comes out of art, hits through pillars to get in front towards Kitchen. He doesn't get stunned, naded, nothing.
At all.
Very odd that P7 had no eyes on not only that route, but no nades to support the defense through mid.
Yeah, and that's scary too, because P7 are a team that usually play with a lot of confidence. And just based on what they did in that round 1, looking a little bit nervous here on the Bravo station, but still got chances to make up for it now on the attack. A lot of nades getting invested over through the map. You are able to connect and gather some info, but we don't really want to take that risk of challenge.
No, you don't. Beans will drop over through driveway. And again, just something to keep your eye on here, friends. If you haven't watched a lot of P7 Notorious on this map, the one thing we talk about a lot is Snoopy and Eric through mid.
Yeah.
That has been, I would say, definitively every single play call on both sides. The bomb has come by way of that. And now we're not even winning gunfights up close and personal. It's a flawless round for LA, quickly up 2-0.
These just keep taking the map on them.
Yeah, bro.
If P7, if you're going to give up that much map control, the opposite team, and the way that they came out of that map number 1, they're desperately going to take it. Scrap single-handedly over towards ringside, gets the first blood. You know, the rest of his teammates are still in the swarm because we had everybody else spread around the map. But then we continuously are taking more and more space away, and he's able to find 3 on the round. LA quickly up 2-0.
We just can't have that. If you're getting the BZ all the way up in towards mid-zig, and Scrap is the only defender, he's playing out towards ring and finding 3 is insane. So again, keep your eye right here to see what exactly Snoopy and Eric want to do. They will often run together, and they are going to try to play their way through mid. Scrap just holds down the trigger, and he's up to 4-0. Hydra's looking to get the final trade over towards Snoopy, but we'll just respect the fact that he's the bomb carrier. We've got a 4v3, play the numbers.
Yeah, now if you are Hydra, all you're waiting for is your teammates to give you somewhat of a communication comm over towards Laundry side. You can get this bomb down at A again with mid-map control, and basically guarantee the round, but the contest is going to be here from P7 on the backside of Laundry. Thieves are just waiting for another kill.
And they may actually try to hit through mid here. I mean, Beezy's in a pretty decent spot over towards Laundry. Steps, Hydra, good read on the beans. Trade comes through from Neo. And now you've got the free wrap for the free plant. And Diamond Con and Snoopy are going to play a 2v3 retake.
And they're going to take the long route back around towards B-ball. Snoopy trying to cut through kitchen. Clears out some space, but we know when the bomb is planted at B, we have to clear our bedroom.
Diamond Con gets fired up, and now Scrap nearly doubled down onto Snoopy. Maybe about a bullet needed as Snoop's going to get off the regen. Now down to the 1v2. He still has no idea where BZ is. That will give him the information, but how do you win those gunfights? The answer is you don't. Thieves are running away with this search and destroy.
And it's 9 straight rounds here on Raid Search and Destroy for LA.
Yeah, true.
They have figured something out here on Raid. They are shutting down the playmakers on the opposite side. And Snoopy and Eric Boom looked like on that round they were trying to take mid-map, but Scrap with the P5s, wall bangs to get that first blood. It got Snoopy and Eric Boom playing very uncomfortable right now. And LA Thieves can currently do no wrong. They're up 3-0.
And this is so problematic for the side of P7 Notorious because what are you going to change your playbook to if you can't get any success through mid? You have to try to play around the outside of the map. And Scrap has been dominating on his solo island play. How about this though from Thieves? Saying, all right, let's just get aggressive over towards ringside, trying to guess if P7 Notorious will play away from mid. Car Bomb will take care of Hydra for first blood. Decent shots from Scrappy Beans finds the better of them, and we'll get a 2v3 in favor of the challenger squad.
You shouldn't waste any time if you are P7, but Snoopy's just going to give up his life for free. So now a 2v2, more manageable for LA. Snoopy stays alive. Then we get that bomb down at A, and it's probably a GG on the round. But now Neem and the Beezy here to get the jump on him.
But Eric Boom finds the first blood trade in 1v1. Neem not able to find the information, and P7 will get on the board with that win.
And that was a complete blind counter there. The LA Thieves are trying to catch them off guard with all 4 players going over towards ring, but P7 were ready and waiting. And thankfully, Eric Boom's frag over the top leads to that first blood. So you keep the advantage on your side, but the most important was Beans winning that bottom red gunfight. I thought he was dead to rights, but he snaps. Allows his teammates to get there first on the board.
Nearly a critical mistake from Snoopy, but so far, still feels like the way this game of chess is unfolding is favoring Thieves. Can P7 find a way to go back-to-back rounds? And once again, what route are we going to see from Snoopy and Eric? Heavy hit down through B and up into water stairs. So again, P7 putting on the pressure at mid, given up and left vacant here though from Thieves. So they'll realize that this is a possibility.
Yeah, and this is going to work out perfectly for P7 because so far Thieves haven't taken space on either side of the map. Slow and steady approach. The only information that they're not going to have is how many players are approaching over towards A, but Eric Boom. Him and Snoopy combined for the first blood onto a BZ with mid-map, and Beans finds a snipe 4v2.
Does get traded. Keep an eye on what Scrap may be able to find versus Diamond Con. And no, that route no longer an option. Neem trying to hold in the corner, but bullied out. So P7, that's more like it. A little bit more confidence in how they're channeling out through mid. Has Scrap by himself, and of course he was last seen backside Laundry, and P7 are aware of that.
Yeah, this is where the adjustments start to come on in. P7 are ready and waiting in a 1v3. Scrap is only 15 HP, but Diamond Con yet to be in the vicinity. Now you're going to sew it up to 2v1 Chow, and that's going to be a GG on the round. Okay, P7. That's not 2 in a row where you can now see the confidence starting to show and their playmaking ability as well. They understand, okay, Thieves have been the aggressors in these early couple of rounds. They're not going to continue that gameplay. So this time we're going to take the map and allow our players to do what they usually do, and that's take mid-map away. Great round there from P7.
I think most importantly, it's P7 not abandoning their gameplay or their plan in terms of what they want to do in their playbook. Keep putting the pressure through mid. You get obviously a little bit blessed with that last little shot through the wall from Eric to connect onto a BZ, but keep that pressure up. Force Thieves to still be a little bit on their heels. Next offense for P7. Bean's going to take the scope out of spawn. Big battle over towards B, which Snoopy finds a BZ under the cover of smoke. Beans connects on the other side of the map, and now it's just decision time of where P7 want to go.
Yeah, it's a 4v2. You can do whatever you want. Just don't get isolated in any one-on-ones, and DC is not going to get caught off guard. Team is also going to get ripped to shreds, so you're giving P7 a lifeline, and they have capitalized on it. 3 straight rounds off of 3 straight first bloods to tie the game.
And I love the fact that Beans is still pulling the scope out in these last handful of rounds, because we know that Scrap has been playing on an island by himself, so you take away his ability to get any information, because he can't just peek into Beans, who, let's be honest, is one of the more accurate snipers that we have in the Challenger space right now.
Yeah, the guy can hit a shot. Not only with the sniper, with the M15, MPC, he's phenomenal with every single weapon. Now you have tied the game up with 3 straight, so Thieves are no longer going to try to be the aggressors or just try to run them down. P7 have matched that energy. Now it's slow and steady wins the race.
Decent nade connects onto Beans at mid-map. Information for Thieves to work off early, and they're just going to hard commit to getting over to the top of people. Look at this long route for P7 Notorious around the back. Hydra is the only one responsible for trying to watch this. And, whoa, this is quite the corner, but Eric's able to find the first blood bomb planted 4v3.
Yeah, you have them trapped, though. The entire time Bean stays alive in towards money window. He might potentially get caught with a frag in his hand, but does connect onto Scrap. Now he's looking to finish that kill because Neem is keeping his teammate alive, but it's still a 2v2.
Oh, and BZ stays alive backside Tiki. So now it's just down to who finds who first with these individual gunfights, and it's Thieves who walk away with both 1v1s on opposite sides of the map. They break up the 3 rounds in a row of P7 Notorious and now retake the lead 4-3.
Yeah, Beans just has to value his life a little bit better on that scenario because you had so many players working on the pinch, and if Neem is doing things like that, yeah, we're not going to win gunfights. Finally, Thieves are able to stop the bleeding even after losing Hydra very early into that round. The post plant was great, but now the 1-round lead.
Okay, here we go. Critical round right here for P7 to see if they can keep the pressure on. Do you just go with something quick here if you're P7, or do you trust that Beans could possibly connect? He will have the opportunity to play over towards the B side of the map. Eric tagged up, put some caution to P7 through mid-map, but Beans does connect. That's Neem who falls over towards money window. That puts a lot of pressure here on the defensive Thieves.
Yeah, because now you got to switch it on up.
Yeah.
Got to be prepared just in case for that B plant, but we take mid-map away. We're trying to contest it, but it's still P7 taking their time. Stun is going to get invested over through water steps. Only a minute left on the game clock, but you're crossing. You're